Confluence. While we were in Fredericksburg with my folks, the annual conference kept wondering when I was coming back. But I had to tell them that my dad had more than a month and less than a year. After that, I would be available for an appointment. After Bill died, I made contact with the conference, and when the funeral was over, an appointment was lined up. The fate of Lodestar Disc magazine was set, and on the way to my introduction to my new churches, we stopped at Shreveport, Louisiana to finish the deal with Fender Tucker and his wife Judy. They turned the entire enterprise over to us and gave us the subscription money already collected. The appointment was to be 3 little churches in southeastern Colorado. As we rolled into Hawley, I looked down Main Street, and there was a Santa Fe Railroad station, just as I remembered in Nickerson. I felt that God was telling me that not only was the ordained ministry for me, but this was where I was needed. We dashed back to Fredericksburg and started packing, pitching, and giving away. Now it was a real deadline. I was scheduled to preach on a given Sunday in November. Of course, we had too much stuff and had to tow a trailer rather than pull the car. When we got to West Virginia, the truck blew a tire. The repairman was there in just a couple hours. Through the night, we crossed Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, hitting St. Louis just in time for morning traffic. Having a car following the truck and trailer made moving through traffic a bit easier. When we needed to change lanes, the car in back would pull over first, then slow to let the truck in. By the time we got to High Hill, Missouri, we realized that at the speed of the truck we would never make it to Hawley in time. So we got a motel room and parked the truck and trailer. Now we could fly, taking turns at the wheel. We were both wasted by the time we got to Junction City, Kansas, so we took a room and slept for a few hours. The next stop was Garden City, Kansas, arriving there at 2 o'clock on Sunday morning. This gave us a chance to sleep and get ready for church. After the sermon, we had to go to Lamar to see the new bishop who was visiting. Then I discovered that I was scheduled for 2 nursing home services that afternoon. Immediately, we drove back to Missouri to retrieve the truck. The last step of our journey was to repack the things for Mom and take it all to Albuquerque, dropping off the truck and trailer at a U-Haul place. Which all goes to prove the old saying, a preacher has a hard time crossing the street to hear a sermon, but will travel thousands of miles to give one. We had 3 churches, Bristol, Grenada, and Hawley. Bristol and Grenada were very small, and while they each had their own organization and United Methodist Women, they met together on Sunday back and forth every month. They had 2 6-week periods so they could take turns hosting Easter and Christmas. Hawley was just like my hometown. The business district was 2 blocks long with 2/3 of the buildings occupied. They had an active commercial club which saw that a weekly newsletter was published with local stories and advertising. There were cliques, because all small towns are held together with cliques. and yet the office of pastor gave us a place in the community.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to click like and subscribe to hear more of Dave's life in music.